Hello everyone, welcome to Impact Pilates YouTube channel. My name is Amanda. I'm excited to be bringing you another workout today from beautiful Minnesota. Today's class is just a 30-minute, awesome, well-rounded, no props needed mat class. We're going to start on our back and then we're going to work ourselves up to a side plank position. So we're going to the class will program accordingly, waking up the proper muscle groups to support a side plank with some side bending. But as always, I want you to move appropriately for your body and feel free to modify and make changes to the workout as you need, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am trying to film a little later here today, so the bugs are not always super cooperative. But this is one of my favorite spots to hang out at night when we come visit Bill's parents. So I thought it would be fun to film a class for you here. So I hope you enjoy it. But we're gonna go ahead and get started on our back. In a neutral position, feet are flat, pelvis and spine neutral, hands are down by your side. We're gonna start with a hip roll. So taking an inhale here through the nose. On that exhale, we're using the obliques to roll back and then the glutes to peel all the way up. Making it up to the widest part of the shoulder blades, staying for a breath in, and then rolling the spine all the way down through that imprint back to your neutral. We're going to do this 2 more times, taking an inhale here. Exhale, obliques imprint, glutes to peel up, inhaling to stay, exhale to roll the spine back down. We're doing it 1 more time, but we're going to stay up at the highest point this time. Inhaling here, exhale, obliques first, and then glutes to peel all the way up. This time we're going to inhale to stay. On the exhale, we're going to transfer the weight to that left foot and think of the left glute turning on so we can float that right leg up to tabletop. We inhale here. Now on the exhale, going into a right toe tap, tapping that toe down. Inhale, picking it up. Exhale again, tapping down. Inhale, picking it up. Tapping down for 3. Only going as low as you can maintain the support through the lower back. This is 2. Lift, trying to keep the same height for the pelvis. 1. And lift and lowering that right foot down, toe ball heel. Feeling the weight transfer to that right foot, right glute. And then left leg floats up. We inhale here, exhale, tapping down. Waking up that right glute and lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 3 more here. 3. Up. Good. This is 2. And lift, press down through that right foot. 1. Lift here, lower down, toe ball heel, but don't lower the pelvis just yet. We're going to keep it here. Reconnect through the glute, reconnect through the feet. We're going to reach both arms up now towards the ceiling. And now it's going to be just the ankles. We're going to be rolling the heels up, rolling the heels down. Again, rolling up, staying even through the balls of the feet, roll down. Now I want you to try to think about the pelvis here, especially when the heels come down, that it doesn't pull the pelvis into that anterior tilt. Lift. Think of the glutes drawing down, the obliques pulling up as the heels lower. This is 4. Roll down. And starting to wake up through that posterior chain, the back of the body. 2 more. 2. Last one, we're going to lift and hold, keeping the heels lifted. We're just folding at the hips. We're going to lower down to a hover as the arms reach back, challenging that rib cage connection. Then lift the hips, press the arms up towards the ceiling. And again, we fold lower and press lift. Fold down and press lift. Fold lower. Beautiful. Up. 3 more. 3 and lift. This is 2. Lift. This is 1. Lift, hold, lower the heels down, and then let's roll that spine. Probably feels very good through that imprint back to your neutral. Taking a breath in here, we're going to connect now through an imprint. If you want to maintain a neutral, that is perfectly fine. I'm going to need that extra support though today. I can feel it. So I'm going to use my obliques to imprint, and then I'm bringing my legs up to your tabletop position here. From here, keeping the legs stable, just mobilizing the shoulder joint. Arms are reaching back and then coming right back up. And now I'm only reaching back as far as I can, again, maintain that imprint and maintain the connection of my rib cage, right? I'm not letting my rib cage flare open upon the movement of my arms. I'm keeping that gentle wrap so my abdominals are continuing to support the spine. 2 more. 2. Lift. Last 1. Now moving into an ab prep. We're going to inhale, lift the arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach the arms towards the hips as you curl, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. Now we're going to challenge that flexion as you reach the arms back by the ears. Try to keep the torso in the same position, and then lower everything down with the weight of the arms by the ears. So it's a little bit harder for that eccentric control back down. Again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, reach the fingers towards the hips, curling, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. Maintain as the arms come back by the ears, and then release. Control it all the way back. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach and flex. Almost think of deepening that flexion as the arms come back, and then lower everything down one more time. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, reach and curl. Arms come back, and then control that way down. Now we're just going to come into the flexion. We're going to lift the arms, reach and flex, but this time we're maintaining. And now we're going to move from the hip and the shoulder as we tap that right leg and reach that left arm away from the center of the body, challenging that imprint, and then we just pull right back center. Same arm and leg, so we're just going to stick with that right leg, left arm, and down. That's it. Reach away, pull back center, reach away, pull back center. 4 more. It's an exhale to move away, inhale to come back. Exhale, inhale. We have 2 more. 2 and down. Last 1. Exhale. Good. Hold it here. Now the left leg is going to come down to the mat. The left hand comes behind the head. Now as we release the head, neck, and shoulders back, we're going to lengthen that right leg away. I end up coming to my neutral pelvis. Now as I bend the knee, I'm going to fold and flex, going into an oblique twist. I'm reaching that right arm beyond my thigh. I'm thinking of that left rib cage crossing over towards that right hip. I inhale, release. Exhale, fold, flex. I still have this nice stability through the pelvis. Inhale, back. Exhale. Make sure you're energizing all the way out through the foot. And in. We have 4. The elbows staying nice and wide. 3. Think of this rotation and flexion. 2 more. 2. Lift. Last 1. lift. Now we're going to release. That right leg comes long, the left leg stays bent, and we're going to roll right onto our side now. So we're side lying on our right hip. Left knee is still bent, externally rotated behind my right leg, and my right leg is going to be towards the front corner of the mat. My pelvis and my hips, they're as stacked as possible, and I'm thinking of that gentle lift up of my bottom oblique. And now from here, my right leg, I'm drawing up through the adductor. I'm lifting. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, I still think of that bottom internal oblique drawing up, that top left external oblique drawing down, pressing down through that back left foot, feeling the external rotators of the hip. They're all going to help stabilize. Every part of the body has a job to do. And down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. This is 2. Down. 1. Now we're going to come down, not all the way, just to a long line. Now I'm going to extend my right hip. So as I bring my right hip back, my left foot is going to lift, and it's going to be placed in front as my right leg goes back. And then I lift and shift back to where I started. Now you can try to lift the hand, really connecting through the core for this little balance challenge. Exhale, it's just my hips and back. My pelvis, my ribs, my torso are staying nice and quiet. This is 4. Back 3. Good. This is 2. And last one, hold. We're going to keep it right here. Little pulses up with that left leg. We lift 4, I'm sorry, my right leg, 6. Good. Up 5. Up 4. 3. 2. And 1. We're going to bring it all the way down. Then we're going to repeat the abdominal series on the other side. So I'm going to switch so my head is facing the other way. So that way when I roll, I'll be facing you. But we're going to be on our back in our imprinted tabletop position. Arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to flex and curl, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. Now from here, we have that left toe tapping, that right arm reaching back and in. That's it again, only moving as far as that stability through the torso will allow. Exhale and inhale. And in. This is 4. Tapping for 3. Last 2. Exhale away. Inhale back. Last 1. And center. Now that right leg comes down. Left hand comes behind the head. Got my left and right mixed up again. Right hand comes behind the head. We release. Extending the leg. As you come up, we rotate and flex. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale and pull in, keeping energy out through the crown of the head, through the toes, and rotate. 4, right oblique, left hip, and rotate 2 more. 2, last 1, out, and twist, releasing all the way down, and then rolling right onto that left hip now. So that right knee stays bent, it's externally rotated. Left leg is reaching towards that front corner of the mat. Take a little peek down, check in with your pelvis and hips. Now we have that left leg here, adductor drawing up. Inhale down. Still feeling again that top right external oblique, that bottom left internal. Helping to stabilize the torso. Down, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. 4 more here. 4 and lower. 3. Good. 2 more. Exhale, lift 2. Nice. This is that 1. Then we bring it down just to that hover. Now we're extending. So turn on that glute hamstring as we cross that right foot forward and then back. Again, quiet through that upper body. These don't have to be fast. Ooh. The grass is making it even a little bit more challenging. Reaching back and coming forward. This is 4. Good. You can try to lift that hand if you can. 3. Not sure how long I'll last here. 2 more. 2. Last 1. We're going back. Now hold small little lifts from the inner thigh. Up 6. 5. 4. 3. Good. 2 and 1. Bringing it all the way down. Now we're going to come up so we're on our hands and our knees. Legs are going to be adducted together. So feet, knees, inner thighs are connected, and we're going to have our elbows extended underneath your shoulders. Toes curled under, nice neutral position through the spine. From here, we're going to find flexion through the spine. And as we flex, I want you to think of drawing up through the inner thighs, and we're going to float those knees up to a hover. As we flex, we're going to lengthen through the spine to neutral as we lower the knees. Then we're going to pull the elbows back towards the knees, coming down to the forearm, and then just doing a nice tricep press back up. Again, use the obliques. Think bottom to top. We flex and lift. We release and lower. Pull the elbows back. Now watch here. Try not to let the whole body sink back. Think of just flexing at the hip, pulling the elbows back, and then pushing back up. And again, flex up. Lengthen, release. Bending the elbows down and pushing up. One more time. Flex, lift, and lengthen. Elbows down and push. Now we're just going to come down to that left forearm. Right hand is next to your left hand. We're going to stabilize through the pelvis. Think of the abdominals drawing up. And then we're going to take that right leg, okay, and we're just going to flex at the knee. So it's like I'm pulling my heel towards my glute. Now it's going to be just from the hip joint. You're lifting the knee off the mat, bringing that thigh bone into hip extension without rotating or shifting through the pelvis, and then just tapping that knee back down. We exhale up, inhale, tap, lift, and lower. It doesn't take many of these to start to feel the work. Drawing up, keeping that sensation of lift. 3. We have 2 more here. 2, 1. We're going to hold. Now we're going to externally rotate, and we're going to think of pulling that knee towards the right elbow, and then extend, rotate to parallel, and cross over behind that left side of the mat. We lift, turn out, pull in, reach, and tap. Lift. Again, the movement through the torso and pelvis is minimal, but we're getting this nice range of motion through the hip joint, strong support through the shoulders and upper back. In and cross. In and cross. 2. Last 1. Now keep the knee straight. Just swoop and tap to the side for 4. Back, 4. 3. Back, 3. This is 2. Good. 2. And 1. And 1. Pulling it in. Go ahead, push back into a nice kind of shell stretch, cat stretch. Just really allowing the pelvic floor, the back of the hip, the glutes to lengthen out. Whew. Before we repeat that on the other side. All right, I'm gonna swing myself around so you guys can see my working side. All right, shaking it out for a minute here. I'm on my knees. I'm gonna come down now to that left or right forearm, my left hand. And remember, we start with our legs adducted. So we're here, finding that connection, drawing up and in through the midline of the body. And then I'm flexing at my left knee, turning on that left glute, moving into that hip extension, opening up through the front of the hip, and then tap. Exhale. Watch as the hip extends, that doesn't invite the lower back to arch, right? We're not sinking as we lift. We're thinking of creating space through the thigh bone and the bottom rib cage, and tap. Think more of this opening sensation through the front of the hip, the support and connection through the back of the hip. Lift. That's it. Reaching out long and proud through the front of the chest, trying to be as broad as we can. Lift and hold, turning out. Now pulling knee to elbow in, lengthen, feel that rotation parallel and tap. So allow these, again, to be intentional. We have external rotation, we reach, feel that spiral of the femur and the hip joint, tapping around. Good. Minimizing that movement through the pelvis, so we're really feeling that right glute med and that adductor, right, pulling up together to actively work to help stabilize the pelvis. Sorry, I keep saying working like a team. My son is really into construction right now, and like the teamwork that's involved at a construction site, so it's fresh on my mind. This is 2, and back. This is 1. This is where we keep that leg straight, so we lengthen that lever. We're going tap side and back. 4. Reach around and back. Everyone's range of motion will be different, moving as far as you can maintain the stability. Last 1 and back. Whew. Pull that knee in. Go ahead, sit back. Get that stretch through the back of the hip. Then we're going to find our way up to a high kneel now. So coming all the way up. The hips should feel alive and open. We're going to bring the hands behind the head. So again, every time I work out like that through the hip joint, I almost have this sensation of like my glute med kind of wrapping back, and then my inner thigh kind of lifting and pulling up through the front to really create this like spiraling sense of support through the hips. So if you can get there, I want you to try to feel that. Sometimes a ball or a block in between the inner thighs is kind of nice up into a kneeling position. So you can do that as well if you would like. But now we're going to bring the hands behind the head, elbows slightly forward. And now moving to the left, we're just going to move into a side bend. So using that left oblique and then the right to help come up. Again, feeling that shortening through the left, the lengthening through the right, and up. Watching again, there's no shift or rotation in that side movement. Over and up. I always like to think head to tail over, tail to head to pull up. See if you can visualize and feel that within your body up, and if that changes at all, the sensation of the musculature working. Good. Over, Nice, coming up. Now we're gonna move into that side bend and we're gonna kick that right leg out. So we're in our full side kick position, lower and lifting here. 6, up, 5, up. This is 4, good, lift, 3, nice, up, 2 more, 2, 1, lift. Now I told you in the beginning of class that we're gonna work our way up to a full side plank. Here it is. So you can stay here. You could come down to your forearm if you want, or I want you to feel yourself pressing down into that top leg and then feel that inner thigh, oblique and lat connect through that left side as you come up and squeeze. Now we're gonna reach that right arm overhead as we deepen a little bit into that side bend and then just lengthen out to a long line. 3 more. Contract, oblique on the left, lengthen through the right. Feel that inner thigh help pull up and then lengthen back out. 2 more. Up, over like a rainbow, and then finding that long line 1 more time. Up, stretch, and then coming right back. Lower that bottom knee and then bring yourself up to that high kneel again. Amazing. We're coming up. Hands come behind the head, over to the right. Side bend, lift. Again, strong and stable through that lower body. So we get this nice range of motion through the torso. Side bending never gets old, at least not to me. 4, and lift. Good. That head to tail, tail to head. 2, up, last 1, 1, and lift. See if you can challenge that balance, moving into that side bend, reaching that arm down as you lengthen the leg out. Hold it there, then lower and lift for 6. Press up. 5, up. Good. 4, 3, in, exhale. This is 2, last 1. You know what's coming next. Lower that foot down, connect, prepare for your body. Bottom leg comes up, inner thigh squeeze. We reach that left arm, increasing that side bend, and then lengthening out. 3 more, exhale, lift. Beautiful, and down. 2 more, exhale, lift. Good, chest, pelvis, stay square. Last time. Up and long line. Don't collapse on me. Try to lower that bottom knee and push yourself all the way up. Coming back to that high kneel. Whew. I'm so proud of all of us right now. Shake it out. We're going to open the arms out nice and wide, taking up space, broadening the shoulders, reaching the arms, opening the chest. Maybe it's just something about being outside that's making this feel really good right now. We're gonna wrap the arms like you're giving yourself a big hug. And then we're just gonna spiral the body, just moving left and forward. And you can let yourself fold at the hips and then back to the right and open. You can allow these to be slow and just kind of gooey, moving how your body needs. If you want to pull a little bit into the shoulders, move like the arms up as you circle around. Sit all the way back and kind of create this motion through the pelvis as well. Explore. Find what feels right for your body. Just give yourself a chance to enjoy. Let's switch that hug just so we can reverse that circle. Side and around. And up. Again. over flex. Beautiful, 2 more. If I'm quiet, I'm just moving with you. Last one, everyone. And coming up, let the arms fall. And you guys are all done. Thank you so, so much for moving with me. Kind of feel like I got like a endorphin hit. I really hope that you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed filming that for you. And I hope that you join me here for another workout soon. As always, if you have any questions, requests, please feel free to reach out on YouTube or on any of the social channels that you may or follow me on. So thank you, everyone, and I will see you again soon.